1871. The country is healing from the divisions of the Civil War. New territories are on the verge of statehood. The surveyors have their own way of bringing the country together. By building a scientifically solid foundation for a new national reference system that determines latitude, longitude, and elevation in the United States. They chose to survey along the 39th parallel, a line of latitude that starts in Cape May, New Jersey, and ends in Point Arena, California. Surveying this transcontinental arc was a massive undertaking. The enterprise took nearly 30 years to complete. The only means of transportation for the heavy survey equipment were horses, mules, and sturdy legs. Teams were sent to different mountaintops. The distances between peaks were tremendous, 190 miles at times. The key to crossing the vastness was sunlight. Using an instrument called a heliotrope, a surveyor on one mountain peak would flash a signal to the main team of observers on another peak. The main team would take at least 34 different readings of the angle to the distant peak.
308,
308,
148.
Then they would average the results in order to improve accuracy.
6.3.
6.3.
From 1871 to 1899, the surveyors covered 2,625 miles. When they were done, charts from the East Coast, Gulf Coast, and West Coast could all be properly aligned on a national grid. Today, these land-based surveyors continue to be responsible for what is now known as the National Spatial Reference System, a 50-state network of highly accurate control points that defines latitude, longitude, and elevation in the United States. This network is the key to our country's infrastructure. Every construction, transportation, and mapping project uses this network as its starting point. For the first 100 years of the history of the surveyors, their work was done as civilians, even at times of war. In the Civil War, the civilian surveyors were in a precarious position. They accompanied Army and Navy units, and because they were not wearing uniforms, could have been considered spies if captured by the enemy. In World War I, Congress remedied the situation. They created a commissioned service which today is called the NOAA Corps. Being uniformed and commissioned made it easier for Corps members to apply their technical skills for military purposes. During World War I, Corps officers played many roles, from mine laying in the North Sea to navigating troop transport to intelligence gathering. In World War II, the surveyors were again called to serve. Women joined the survey in large numbers, a fact still true today. In Europe and the Pacific, surveyors helped guarantee the safe passage of troops and equipment. Better tide predictions ensured safe troop landings. Fine-tuned positioning improved the accuracy of bombing and artillery missions. Millions of aeronautical and nautical charts were produced. The efforts of the surveyors saved countless Allied and American lives.